What is up, everybody? Hopefully I have this working now. It's taken me about 2 hours to get the stream going. I tried it on this computer with all my other stuff, so I didn't have to use the Mac propped up on something again tonight. Hopefully I got all the issues worked out. Jeff, how you doing, buddy? Good to see everybody. Wild Bill. Eddie K, how's it going, man? Mike Bird. Good to see everybody. Sorry, just trying to catch up in the chat here. I can actually see everything when I have it working like this. Hopefully you guys can see and hear me okay. Let's just check something. It says the stream quality is healthy, so I'm praying it stays that way tonight. Hopefully I worked out all the bugs. So, how's it going, everybody, though? We are going to be having some fun tonight. We're going to build the EC-1500, the gray one, an oldie but a goldie. I had the white and orange one. Absolutely loved it. I've had this one in the box, actually, almost since they came out, because I wanted another one real bad. Just never had a chance to build it. And then we will also install some burners on the F-14 tonight. We'll see if those new pretty sleek tail burners from Freewing will fit on there. So all good. Good to hear. Sweet. Good to see everybody tonight. 13 guys in here. We'll get started. What do you guys want to see first? Should we build a EC-1500 or should we install some burners on an F-14? I will let you guys decide tonight. Wish I had a way of putting pictures on here. Hey, made your B-25. How'd it go, man? Did it do all right with that battery all the way forward? Mike Bird said build. All right, we can do that. We can get into that for sure. Move some stuff out of the way here. We'll get to unboxing this bad boy. What's up, Greg? How's it going, buddy? It was nice. You used it. Oh, trying to hobby line 6,000 all the way forward. All right. Well, good. I'm glad it went well, man. I love that thing. That's literally one of my favorite planes right now at the moment. I love that thing. Mine's sitting in the other room, actually. I had a beautiful day to maiden that Cougar, and I didn't get around to it. We have a new baby, so things get a little busy. It's our first one too, so. But he's happy. He's got a future pilot coming up, so I can't wait to get sticks in his hand. But yeah, Monday's supposed to be in the 70s up here, which is a shock. So I'm excited for that. So hopefully Monday we'll get out and fly maiden that Cougar, and I'll get it on video for you guys. I'm running out of ceiling space here. There we go. All right. I should have moved a few things, I guess. So here's how she comes in the box, packaged very nicely as always, and let's dig into it. I love the gray. I like the gray a lot more than the white and orange. And I love the different kind of decals you can put on this one. I'm actually probably not going to apply decals yet because I got a little idea for this one that I want to do. Probably going to end up painting the tail portion of it. Doing a couple other little things here and there to her. So, just to make it unique. But yeah, I got a few different decal sheets and then obviously a really thick owner's manual for some odd reason. Alright, got our spinners here. Oh, no way. I don't know. I don't remember the old one coming with skis, but this one came with skis too, I guess, if you want them. I don't know why. I do not remember the other one coming with those. Interesting. That's kind of nifty. I've never used them on this thing, but where we live, when it's always cold, probably not a bad idea to have them. There's that little top piece to it. Sorry, I'm just kind of throwing stuff out of the box so I can get out of my way here. Alright, there's our elevators there. Oh yeah, everything clicks in on this one, I think, if I remember correctly. It's got the little push tabs right there. I like that. Makes it super convenient. The less tools I have to use, the better. There's the rudder. Put that there for a second. And get out the pocket knife. Alright, there's one wing. The gray looks really nice on this too. There's a few little imperfections on it where they didn't hit it real good with the paint, but other than that, it looks pretty good. Oh, you know what? They're rubbing right off. It must just be from rubbing on the foam. Interesting. Alright. Keep that one there. Sorry, I was trying to get everything out, and then we'll start putting her together. There's some more plastic bits and pieces. Not 100% what those are, but we'll find out. Alright. There's the good old fuse to her right there. I believe that's everything. All right, get this out of the way here. Sorry, catch up in the chat here, boys. Sorry, I was unboxing that. I wasn't paying any attention. Tim Smith, how you doing? Hey, Michael, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, Wild Bill, I hope it doesn't snow again, man. I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine without the snow. All right. Ha, Michael. Vanna White, huh? I'm coming for her. I'm coming for her. So yeah, let's get into building this. I don't think there's going to be too much to it from the looks of it here. I don't know. There's quite a few parts in those little parts bags. It's been a long time. I can't remember building the first one, actually, to be honest with you. Wiggle Fingers RC, how you doing, bud? Set this out of the way for just a second here. Actually, where'd my stand go? That'll help getting the air out of the way. There she is. You know, the only thing that I'm going to have to look for that I don't know if I have here at the moment, because I think it's in my trailer, are 4S batteries. I forgot this is 4S, not 6. Everything I've been flying and messing with lately has been 6S. I have 6S here, but I don't know about 4S. We'll have to find out. Hey, they finally got smart. All right, so I'll tell you one thing I did notice. On my last EC-1500, I believe it was a, like, what do you call them? Collet style adapters, you know? This one's a bolt-on shaft, so that's nice. Don't have to worry about losing props. I used to dab a little bit of glue on those bad boys, some CA, just so they didn't go anywhere. Brian Chambers, how you doing, bud? That's right. You said the four-letter word. He's got to go. That's right. All right, so let's go ahead. Just kind of getting stuff spread out here so I can figure out what's what. Man, that foam sticks to everything. Holy smokes. And I hope I can get by with the little tools I have here. I've been working on some other stuff at other places and building my big extra, my big Extreme Flight Extra, and have most of my stuff over there totally spaced, bringing it with me for tonight's show. So I have a little toolkit. Hopefully it'll get us by for what we need to do. Alrighty. I'm still trying to figure out what some of this stuff is. I'll have to read the manual because I have no idea what a lot of these plastic parts are. I do not remember them at all on the old one. So I guess we'll find out. Lots of little plastic. Oh, these are for the flaps. I know that. Because these go in if you want to make it full span. Some Velcro. Alright. See what we got going on here. Ah! How's it going, Mr. Pilot Ryan? The OG did not have differential thrust like this one. I didn't know this one had differential thrust either. Well, that'll be pretty cool. Make some flat spins pretty fun. This one, actually, believe it or not, is one of my favorite night flyers. It's got tons of lights on it, and you can drop glow-in-the-dark sticks and parachute guys tied to glow-in-the-dark stuff at nighttime. It's super fun. Alright, so let's see what we got going on here. Nylon wing nuts. That's the only that I do remember. That is one thing I did not like about this. Also, I ended up switching these out for some metal guys, but yeah, not a huge deal. Not a deal breaker by any means. Alrighty. 10mm adjustable wrench. That I don't know if I have at the moment either. We'll find out. So 2 screws for the vertical, the horizontals just click in. Oh, you know what? Oh, never mind, they're right here. I thought I didn't pull out the wing spars, but I did. I was just trying to figure out where those plastic pieces go that they gave us in here. I know the ones are for the wings, I just don't know what these guys are for. Unless they're maybe for, no, not for the skis. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what those go to. Interesting. Anyhow, let's get to building this bad boy. Keith Christie, how you doing, buddy? Good to see everybody in here tonight. I got started a little slow, but I did figure out what our issue was with using... I've been using my laptop the past 2 shows, like just sitting it up on like a box in front of me and aiming the web camera at me perfectly to where it like gets everything, because I was having issues with this setup and my good camera and all that noise. Long story short, it was a stupid Streamlabs update that was the big issue, and something with my memory, but YouTube, thank you, helped it all out. I got it fixed finally after about 2 hours of pulling my hair out. But it's working now, so we're good. Alrighty. We'll get these out of the way, because I don't see me using these in the foreseeable future unless we get that 4-letter word we don't want to say. You know, it would have been sick if they made this one 6S instead of 4S, you know? You're putting in big honking 4S 5000s and stuff, at least I used to. Why not just use a 6S and roll with it? It's got plenty of power with 4S though. Hey, Pay It Forward, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Hopefully I'll see some of you guys in Alabama, not next week, but the week after. Looking forward to that. Should be a good time. Any event at Birmingham RC is a good time. Speaking of which, I have not seen our buddy Scott in here yet tonight. Alright. So first order of business is putting this on. And this just has the lead coming out the bottom. It clicks right in. I mean, this is super simple. If you guys actually need to take this off for transport, it's, what, 2 bolts? I mean, that's super simple. It's just getting it in here. There we go. I said super simple, now I can't get it. Oops. There it goes. Just needed some motivation there. Alright, so there's that part. So I'm just dumping these bolts out here real quick so I can find my way around. Scott's in jail. Couldn't post bail for the public indecency charge. Doesn't surprise me, that dang troublemaker. I knew it. I knew it. Trying to figure out what bolts they want me to use here. I think it's these bad boys. Wish I had my electric deal with me right now for this, make it a lot easier. Yeah, I did not catch how I wanted it to. Holy smokes. He was short in both cases, huh? So I'm just trying to make sure these are long enough to go in there. Alrighty. Hopefully some of you guys were able to get out and do some flying this weekend. Here in northern Indiana today was absolutely gorgeous. I planned on going out to the field and getting some stuff done, but just didn't get a chance to do it, unfortunately. So hopefully Monday it's looking like now. Alright. I think we got her now. Tighten up this one real quick here. Alright. Bada boom, bada bing. Now for our tail section. Hey, production crew, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, autocorrect can get you. It does it to me all the time. Oops. Ah, Brad, you got some flying in. Good, man. Glad you did, buddy. Oops. Here I am screwing up everything. Come on. There it is. It's a little bit of a bugger to get in there. And this should, boom, click. There we go. Yeah, so there's no screws or anything needed on your elevators. It just clicks right in. Pretty nifty. You have these thumb tabs on the bottom here that you just push in if you want them to release, but other than that, pretty nice. Pretty nice. And they made all this plastic in the back here too, so you don't have to worry about banging up the foam while you're trying to get that thing in there. And boom, click. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the tail section. I mean, your linkage on the rudder is already ready to go. Probably have to adjust it. Most of the time these things are not center from the factory. Every once in a while you get lucky, but very rarely. I do have to say though, the past couple of free wing planes I've had have been pretty darn spot on. I've had to make a few adjustments on a couple of them, but they've been pretty good. Hey, Mr. Spencer, how you doing, buddy? Like the emojis tonight. Very nice. Production crew, not really. Me and him are just kind of doing our own thing at the moment. Seeing where life takes us. Having fun doing RC. Alrighty, so there's that. Let's go ahead and get these wings on. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but there's like some white stuff on it from the shipping. I thought it was like where paint came off or they didn't hit it with the sprayer, but it's just from the box. It rubs right off. Boom. All right, that's clicked in there. Oh, Jeez Louise, about losing everything here. Then your little wing bolts go at the top here. These are nylon. I personally suggest switching these out for like something with a hex head on top that's, metal. That's what I did on my other one. It works a lot better, and you don't snap these off if you accidentally crank it down too hard. Holy smokes, I feel like I'm going to be putting this thing in forever. Jeez Louise. Should have brought my little drill with me. I had issues with this on the other one. It was hard to line these darn things up. I do remember that. Trying to do this and press in at the same time so they line up is not fun. Let's try this one. Moving the whole table here. Alright, that one I got to go. There we go. See if I can get this one now. Actually, I'm going to move this because I can already see myself dumping this over on everything. Let's switch sides with it quick. Yeah, YouTube shorts, man, for sure. I need to start doing those. We just had our first kid, so life's been a little busy lately, but I really enjoy flying and trying to kind of do this RC adventure with everybody. So I've just been trying to put out content as much as I can, but I do need to start doing those shorts and whatnot. Hey, there it goes. Alright, I got that one. Now it's this pesky front one here to get. Boom! Alright, finally got it. Good. So they give you a lot of extra little bits and pieces here, screws that are for this stuff here, which I believe it might be for floats, actually. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't see it in the manual. But we'll find out. First, I'm going to throw all this little stuff back in a bag, though, because I will lose it if I don't. Then we'll get these props on here. Oh, actually, I need these little guys for the props. John Perry, how you doing, bud? John Perry said, I run a 968, decided to not run flaps and run reverse thrust. And AS3X, I flew it 3 times without flaps and had better luck. Tomorrow will be the first for reverse thrust. All right, well, good, man. As long as you're having success, that's all that matters. And as long as you're having fun doing it. Yeah, I'm glad that worked out for you, though. And I believe you're talking about that on the F-14, right? Yeah, the F-14, yep. Yeah, well, good. I'm glad you're having success with it. I've heard of a couple other guys not using flaps also. But yeah, and you know, the more you fly it and get used to it, that's always something you can come back to. If right now you're comfortable flying it how it is, just fly it how you like it. And then once you get real comfortable with it, go back and maybe try to mess with the flaps and dial them in. But yeah, awesome. I've been working on a big Extreme Flight Extra 300. That's what's been taking up a lot of my time, on my spare time anyways, lately that I have. It's super close to being done. Forgot to get a, oh, what do you call them? Stupid, well, oh, I can't remember the darn name of it. I have it pulled up on my phone, I can't remember. But to drill out the prop. The prop drill guide, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to look it up because it's driving me nuts. I can't think the name of it now. And I accidentally deleted my cart. Anyhow, a guide so I can drill my prop out for the darn thing for a DLE 40. Go on Horizon to order it. Nobody has these things in stock, of course. So luckily, hopefully, not this week, but next week when I go down to Bama, someone down there will have one so I can drill out a couple props and get her going. Oh, what, Extreme Flight Extra? Yeah, prop jig. There you go. Thank you so much, Eddie. That was driving me insane. I will show you. I can show you. I didn't download the pictures to this computer. I should have before the show so I could have shown you all. But I have a picture of it somewhere on here. Oh, let's see if I can get close enough so you guys can see it. I don't know if you can see it or not. There, I'll get even closer. Hold on a second. Whoop. Kind of see it. Yeah, so that's the big girl at home that I'm working on. It's my extra is, I think it's 78-inch wing, 40cc I put on it. DLE. Yeah, reamer. Reamer, prop jig, yeah. For the big stuff like the gassers, I'm pretty sure it's prop jig because you're not like reaming out a center hole on it. It's got 4 different holes that you gotta drill out for. Yeah, there's a lot to it. I had one a long time ago, but none of them, mine was for some old stuff. Nothing I have works anymore on all the newer stuff. All right. Dude, Extreme Flight makes really good planes. The quality is unbelievable on Extreme Flight stuff, Eddie. It's second to none. Especially some of the little innovations they've done, like the canopy latching and the wing latches, you know, that just click in with the, it's all aluminum, real nice, carbon fiber. Yeah, those, they're definitely top of the line. One of these days I'm going to get, I want a big one, like over 100-inch wingspan. One of these days. They're too expensive to do a bunch of those at once. That's kind of an expensive build. And I went overboard on the servos. It calls for 120 ounces of torque for the servos, and I did 360. So should be able to take anything I throw at it. It's been a long time since I've done 3D, so I'm kind of excited to get back into it. Kind of mess around. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Oh, this has an 8-channel in it, eh? Sorry, I was just scoping it out real quick. Oh, this can do 3S. Well, sweet. I might have a 3S battery here so we can power it up and get it bound and stuff. Good deal. 3 or 4S. All right, cool. Hey, how you doing, EQ? Good to see you. DeadstickRC, how you doing, buddy? DeadstickRC said, just bought a 60-inch Extremeflight Extra today. Yeah, man, good deal. Good deal. They're awesome. Extremeflight makes really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. EQ, we're working on building this EC-1500, and then we're going to install some burners in the F-14. We'll see if they fit anyways. I kind of just... Their website, and I knew this when I bought them, didn't say they fit the new F-14, but I was hoping since it fit like the newer style Eurofighter and stuff like that, they'd work. I think they will. I was looking at it and the bolt holes seem the same. So we'll see. I don't know. I like those ones that just bolt right into the back of the Inrunner because they're super sleek, doesn't disrupt airflow at all, and yeah, they look really good. That Eurofighter looks amazing with that burner in it. It looks really good. And for 17 bucks, you can't beat it. See if I can find some Allens here for this. Like I said, I'm working with minimal supplies tonight, tools, because they're at the other spot where I'm building that stuff at. All right. I saw a poll the other day for like, man, I can't remember all of the jets now that were on it. I think it was Eflite that did it. It was like the Delta style F-16, whatever they called that thing, I can't remember, and like the F-106. Man, if someone does an F-106, I'm going to be all over that thing. I've been wanting one of those for a long time. Good old Delta Dart. JD, how you doing, bud? Big Extra reminds you of the Tournament of Champions in Las Vegas in the early 1990s. Yeah, man. Extra is such a good airframe. I love Extra airframes. I've always been a big fan of lasers too. Never had one, but just always liked them. Like the way they look. They look like they fly pretty good too. It's not a bad idea with these prop adapters either I'll go back and do it later. I actually just got some today. But you can go back and put a little bit of blue Loctite on these. Helps a little bit. Relieves that worry of them ever backing out on you. EF makes an awesome... Yeah, dude, they make really good-looking lasers. I've wanted that, the red and white one that says Bud Light across the wings, man. That thing's been around for a long time, but I've wanted that thing for a minute, but dude, if they come out with a chipmunk, that'd be sick. I'm a sucker for chipmunks too. I had one when I was younger and loved that thing. I absolutely loved it. Chipmunks always have flown really well. I've flown a few of them. They've always flown pretty darn decent. Alright. Got those tightened up there as good as we can get them for now. I gotta come back and put Loctite on them anyways. So let's go ahead and get the props on. I see. Alright, there's one. Nah, Paul Ballard, how's it going, buddy? He said you better knife edge this biatch. I will, dude. This thing actually does some pretty gnarly knife edges. That differential thrust, though, that should be interesting with this one. I need to edit that. Man, I did when I can't remember what it was. I think it was the little Draco. When that was like the first video I came back with on this channel. But when I filmed that, I had my twin timber with me. And that's just kind of my little 4S, just throw it in the truck and fly it wherever playing. Just kind of beat it up playing, basically. And it's not very good quality because it's off a cell phone, but it's not too bad, actually. I'll edit that and put that up, too, because I did a lot of knife edges with that bad boy in that video. You'd like that one. I like that little plane. The little Draco, I'd like to fly on 4S. I ordered 2 batteries when I ordered my Draco. 2 of the new 4S packs, the 300 milliamp 4S packs, the JSTs. And said they were in stock, ordered them at the same time I got the Drake. And never got them. And then I look and they're on back order and it's just sitting in limbo. So hopefully I get those bad boys one of these days whenever they come off back order. Oops. No, I got that right. Oh, there it goes. Holy smokes. I can knife edge a brick. I love knife edge, especially the lower they are, the better they are. Well, I should say the lower they are, the better they are until they're not, because shit goes down pretty quick if you make a mistake. Where's Rogers RC Aviation at, man? He knows that. He saw me put in that Viper that he repaired and got going again. That was total pilot error. Too fast, too low, inverted. And then another guy crashed his plane. That's all it took was like 2 seconds of like kind of looking over real quick and looking back, and mine was down at the same time. It'll happen. Oh, they have a 450 milliamp 4S, Paul? I didn't know that. I guess I wasn't paying any attention. I would have ended up getting one of those myself, probably. Get longer flight time, too. That thing flies really nice. Still, my favorite little UMXer, though, is still that darn air tractor. I love that thing. I love that thing. That thing is sick. I still have my old UMX MiG-17 too. That thing flies pretty darn good for a little one. That little P-51 looks fine. Looks fun, I mean. Try that out one of these days. I saw the purple one that Jason Merkel flew when we were in Vegas a year or so ago. I can't remember, for one of the trade shows. And it flew really good, so I'd imagine it's probably got the same internals and whatnot as that purple one, so I wouldn't mind flying that new one now it's got the new paint scheme on it. Saw Freewing came out with the version 2 of their little 4SA-10. That was always a good one. The battery area kind of sucks on it. I don't know if they changed that or not. It's hard to maneuver around, but check out good old Frank Sylvester on YouTube if you want to get a good laugh of that one too. I ain't got it. Paul said, yeah, but it's shaped like a brick and you have to put the battery back a bit so you can get the battery covers. Secure. Interesting. You wouldn't think it'd be that much bigger, but yeah, I guess they probably jump up somewhere around 500 milliamp. Alright, so there's that. That was pretty simple. Like I said, I'm going to wait for the decals because I have something planned for the tail section of this thing. But yeah, other than that, let's go ahead. And all that stuff down there, and we'll get her programmed real quick and turn it on. See all the lights and whatnot. Yeah, because it looks like this one's got quite a bit of lights on it too, just like the last one. Throw those there so I don't lose them or break them. But there she is, boys and girls. Looks really good. I'm digging the gray a lot. I like the gray on this more than the white and orange. I'm glad they did that. Differential thrust should be fun with this. Alright. So yeah, there she is. Alright. Pay it forward. Love the UMX air tractor. My front gear came out on a touch and go and very little glue on mine. No damage. Just something to look out for if you fly it a lot. Yeah. You haven't had any issues with the gear yet, luckily. But that thing is awesome. I love that plane. That's one that I really like. Like in UMX planes, like, they're not like, if I'd crash one, I'd have to replace it right away. But that little air tractor, I'd definitely replace that thing right away. That's seriously like one of my favorites. Alright. Get my pop back up here now so I can take a sip of that. Alright, just trying to get out the radio here. If you guys would give me 2 seconds, I am going to go find the battery put in this bad boy real quick. I'll be right back. Hopefully I have one out in the garage. Alright, find my battery checker here and see if this thing's even any good. Hey, 3/8, perfect, right, storage. Beautiful. I was hoping so. This is only a 3-cell, but it'll get it powered on for us for right now. That's awfully loose. The Sam Hill, did I just do it that way? That's what I did. I put it back where it goes. That's why I couldn't find it. The UMX Draco is very nice on forest. Love flying it too, especially as the sun sets. Most lights I've seen yet on a UMX. Horizon did very well on the design of that plane. Yeah, they sure did, man. They did really good on that plane. I was shocked for all the lights it had. It was just like the big one. And you know what? I wanted the big Draco so bad. Really, really bad. I really wanted a Draco. But I flew a couple of the big ones, and me personally, I hated it. It's horrible to say, but I do not like that plane. I don't like the way it flies at all. I don't like the mixing in it. But I mean, if you want one, don't let it stop you. Get one. See if you can work out some of the kinks if you don't like it. There's some guys that love it right out of the box that don't mind it. I did not like it. There's just some things that I wasn't a fan of. But so when the little one came out, I was like, holy smokes, I gotta try this. It's my chance to get a good flying Draco. Got it. I was super impressed with it. Especially on 3S, it did great. So I'm real excited to try 4S. Can't wait. Straps here quick so it doesn't go anywhere. Get the remote turned on. WiggleFingersRC said, other than the decal time, the bird builds quick. Yeah, it sure does. Gotta go for now. Flying early here in the AM. Keep them up, flyers, later. See you, buddy. Thank you very much for stopping in, man. We will see you next weekend, hopefully. Not sure what we'll do on the show next weekend. We may, maybe we'll start building something big. I don't know yet. It's going to take a while. I don't know how much you guys want to sit around here and see a big balsa plane being built. It's time consuming. But I might have some other things that we can check out. I have a old, well, it's not, I guess, yeah, it's pretty old. It's still new in the box, but a Top Flight P-51 that I've been eyeing to get going. Then I have an old Hellcat that I want to build. It's a big 60, 90 size Hellcat. It's pretty badass. Yeah, we'll see what next week brings us. I'm not sure yet. Alright. So let's set up a new model here. You know what, just for the heck of it, let me see what's in Bind and Fly here in the remote. I wonder if this one's in there. This is a newer remote. It's the IX-14. I don't know if it's in here or not, though. Aha, Eflite. Geez, there's a lot of presets. Man, yeah, the EC-1500 is in here. There's a lot of presets in here. Oops. Yeah, Tim Smith. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's a Top Flight P-51R. Yeah, it's their old, it's the old green and silver one. Like olive drab. Do the Hellcat, Paul Ballard? Yeah, dude, that thing's going to take some time. That's an old kit, too. It's not as easy as all the newer stuff. They're ARFs, I guess, not kits, ARFs, but some of them take a lot more. That Extreme Flight big extreme flight bird I'm building right now for an ARF. Man, that thing is so slick. Like, just the way they design that and the way they do stuff with that thing, it's taking me like some things that would take me, I don't know, a couple hours on a usual ARF build are literally only taking me a half hour, 45 minutes to do. I'm real impressed with that one. Tim Smith, you have one still sitting? Oh, a kit? Yeah, man. They're pretty highly sought after. Pay It Forward said the big Draco, you have to fly at scale with a 6S4000 LiPo. At near neutral, flies better with a lighter battery. You have to fly it to the ground like a Warbird 2, but it shines just flying scale. Yeah. I guess you're right there too. Yeah, I mean, if I would have flown at scale, it probably would have done just fine. But I wanted to do stupid stuff with it, and it didn't like it. That and like when you're like trying to slip it in, like just I like landings and ground effect and whatnot. It just had this weird kind of like mix in the rudder that kind of screwed me up a little bit. But hey, man, if you like it, that's what's up. And if it's flying good for you, that's all that matters. So I got my little one, so that's good. Big Jim RC said, "Did I miss Kenny balancing your props?" Where is Kenny? Where is that guy at? I miss Kenny. Alright, let's switch over here. EC-1500. Select and activate. And I have no clue what their presets are for this thing as far as rates or any of that jazz goes.
Flight mode 1.
Flight mode 1, okay. Where's our flight modes at?
Flight mode 1.
Ah.
Flight mode 2. Flight mode 1.
Interesting. Like I said, I have no clue what's what with this thing. So I guess we will find out. I might have to change that flight mode switch. I'm just curious what they did in here. I might go back and reset it. Got the love-hate with it? Yeah. I know how that goes. I have a couple birds like that. If I hate them for too long, I get rid of them. Wow, they have some weird rates set up in this thing. Alright, I don't like that. I'm getting rid of that. I'm just going to do it my own way. Alright, I'm just deleting it real quick and I'm going to set up my own one in here so I can set it up how I want. Alright, so now add new model, default model, airplane, and create. Alrighty. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to set throttle cut real quick. Bada boom, bada bing. And do our rates. Airhammer, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Said, how long has this been going on? So this is our third Saturday in a row. Building and having fun on the show. Good to see you, man. We're setting up. We just built the EC-1500. We're going to set it up, test it out, check out the lights, and then see if we can install some burners in the new 64mm Freewing. So glad you stopped in, man. I got the show kind of started late tonight, too. I didn't get on here until around 10 o'clock. I had tons of issues with my streaming stuff for like, I don't know, the past few weeks. I've been filming off of my like laptop with it on a box and pointing towards me so I can use the webcam. Now we're good. We are good to go now. I got everything worked out. It just stupid update and whatnot. So 2 hours of pulling my hair out and looking up YouTube videos, and we got it going. So I'm happy about that. The other week when I tried it with this stuff, it was just like all blotchy and skipping everywhere. So I'm happy it is working. And the color and everything else looks a lot better. Alright, so switch. I don't know what you guys do, so as far as rates go on airplanes, like a lot of guys will put, let's say, elevator and aileron, maybe rudder on one switch. I'm weird. For one, I never mess with my rudder. I always just kind of, if it needs something, I'll put expo in my rudder sometimes. But other than that, I have a separate channel that I use for aileron rate and elevator rate. So that way, if I'm really digging like my ailerons, let's say at mid rate, but my elevator at mid rate is kind of blah, well, that way I can bump my rate up just on my elevator to 100% if I want more throw or less throw or what have you. But that's how I've always done it. I know a lot of guys don't like it. Some guys just put them all on one switch, which is awesome. When I started flying back when I was 7 years old, that's just how I was taught to do it by the old timer teaching me. And yeah, old habits stick. So, but yeah, good thing to do. Did I miss how you're going to set up the aileron and flap split? No, actually you didn't, man. That's a good point. I'm glad you mentioned that. Airhammer, he said, wow, I'm going to have to go back and watch later. Yeah, for sure, man. EC-1500 is #1 on the list. Well, good. I'm glad you're here. Thanks. You get to see it. It's pretty sweet. I had the old white and orange one. Loved it. It flies awesome at night. Has tons of lights on it. And yeah, I love this thing. And if you want something to drop stuff out of, basically right now you have this or the B-25 from Flightline. B-25 is sick. Flies awesome. I love that thing. Or you got this, tons of lights, and you can actually fit a water bottle in the back of this. I wouldn't suggest putting a full one back there, but an empty one if you're trying to like put little guys in it, or I don't know. I just know because I've done it. But yeah, pretty fun. This thing's awesome. I was happy to get another one. I've had it since they came out. I've had it for a long time just sitting in the box, so I'm happy we can build it tonight and see what's going on with it. But as far as rates go with this bad boy, I'm going to do low rate 60% rate with 10% expo. Mid rate, I'm going to do 80% with 15% expo. And high rate, I'm going to do 100% with 20% expo and see how that works out. It's usually my kind of like go-to on most planes. It's 60, 80, and 100 for rates. And then the expos I increase by 5 as I go up. So, all right. So we're in low rate. I want to go to 60. Alrighty. And a hundo, we'll throw 20% expo on that. And we're done there. So now switch to elevator. Pick my channel here. Dial that back down to 60. Alright, and the last one. Alrighty. Bada boom, bada bing. Throttle cut. No, throttle curve. Throttle cut set up. Oh, and then I'll go back once we get it on and figure out how I want to do the gear door. My last EC-1500 I had, I think I did on a roll dial. I can't remember. It's been so long, and I have the other remote, but it's not here with me to look back up at the settings. But anyhow, we'll figure that out later. So let's go ahead and get her bound up. Yes, I know the props are on.
Binding. Bind complete. PSMX 32 millimeters. Telemetry.
Now, throttle cut set. Got some funky stuff going on there with our flaps. Everything's going the right way though, so that's good. Well, let's see. Our flaps here. Oh, you know what? It's because I forgot to set it up. 4 flap in the radio. I could do full span, but I really like flap on this one. And on my other one, I have it set up so I just have the outer ailerons, and then I have 2 flaps. Maybe we'll try it like this though, just for the heck of it. Can't hurt anything, right? Just a little bit more throw, that should be fun. We can give it a shot. We can always switch it, it's really easy to do, so. If we're out in the field, we don't like it, we'll switch it up. Ah, hey, my buddy Scott Settle, how's it going, man? It's about time you got this plane. We need glow sticks. Yeah, dude. Yes, we do. See, Scott knows what I'm talking about. This thing at nighttime is sick, I'm telling you. You can actually see it really well at night. And glow sticks are a blast to drop out of this. That's what I was saying earlier when I said you can use the water bottle. You take a water bottle and fill it up with just a little bit of water. I don't know, maybe a quarter of the way, and then drop a glow stick in it. It glows up really bright, and if you drop it from pretty high up, it's pretty neat. It takes it a minute to hit the ground too. Yeah, this will be coming with me next week, Scott. Don't worry. Sending the BHAM Jam email to pilots. All right, good, good. Hopefully a lot of these guys in the room tonight are coming, but yeah, not this week, or not this coming up week, but the week after, April 17th, no, April 18th, 19th, and 20th is BHAM Jam. Mark it on your calendars, go if you can, it's going to be awesome. It's a fly-in and swap meet. I believe everything's invited as far as planes go, so giant scale, UMX, gas, glow, electric. I think anything's accepted at the show. And it's going to be a good time. Can't wait. April 18th to the 21st. Sorry. I screwed that up. So 18th to the 21st. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. I am pumped. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. And the weather forecast is looking pretty good, knock on foam. So, yeah. So let's see here. I was setting up my wing type and forgot what I was doing. Oops. There it is. There we go. Alrighty. How's it looking? Alright. Cool. Sorry, it's hard for me to see over there, so I was trying to do it by feel. You get out and fly all today, Scott? How'd that, I missed that live the other day. How did that one airplane fly, that green and white one? That was an interesting design. Whoever built that put some time into that bad boy. I wonder if did it make its maiden voyage? Did it fly good? Brad said, sure wish I could make it to Beham Jam, busy family stuff this month. Still playing on Bigfoot. Oh, good, man. Yeah, Bigfoot, if you guys have never been to an RC show, or if you already have been to RC shows, Bigfoot is the one to go to. I've been to shows all over the country. Lots of them. And I have to say, the show down in Birmingham is the best show I've ever been to, hands down. RC Fest in Illinois, put on by Horizon, is awesome. And I mean, that's a big corporate, event. I mean, big company putting on. Bigfoot is just, dude, it's so fun. It's awesome. It's awesome. If you have a chance, definitely go to it. It's turned into a bucket list show. So if you've never been to it, at least try to go once. It's awesome. It is so fun, and every year it's always something new, something different going on, and it's a blast. Tons of guys just having fun, flying, fun night festivities. The facility's awesome. If you like RC cars, they have a dirt track you can run on, little crawler course for at nighttime or during the day. And then brand new paved runway, which is so smooth. It's a good time. It's awesome. Scott said, this was the UAB engineering students' plane. It flew. They worked really hard. It is not the best looking plane, but they are taking it to an engineering competition. Oh, well, good. I'm glad it flew, man. I looked at it and was looking at it, and I figured it would fly, but it was interesting looking. I thought it should have been like more of a tricycle style, and then I noticed it was a tail dragger. I was like, no way, that's a tail dragger. I was surprised by that, but yeah, it looked pretty cool. Alrighty. Let me set up the flaps here real quick. I'm going to have to adjust some linkages on those bad boys. Let's see what we got here. And then as soon as I get done with this, we'll hop into that F-14. We're almost there. I'm just setting it up so that way when I go out to the field, I don't have to mess with anything. The only thing I have to do is take these props off, add a little bit of Loctite to where they bolt on, since they're bolt-on prop shafts with this bad boy finally. And yeah, a couple other little things, but not a whole lot. This way all the programming's done out of the way. Ooh. Big Jim. He said Bigfoot needs a little bit more drug, sex, and rock and roll. All right. Get the party started down there at Bigfoot. See Bigfoot on a stripper pole. All right. So Scott Settle said, Burt Garrison, the Air Force's last SR-71 pilot, and Gary from Horizon Hobby have been helping the UAB students. Horizon Hobby gave them the power system for free. Well, oh man, that's awesome. I like, man, Horizon always does real good stuff like that. I like that. That's what's up. Good on them, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. I like everybody at Horizon. Everybody I've met from there has been real kind, real genuine, real nice. Even before I kind of got into the business and stuff, their customer service has always been great. And a lot of the people there have been there for years, a real long time. It's a good company. All right, let's see. So curious if the flaps aren't supposed to be set up like that from the factory. You know, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. On my last one, I had both of these were the flaps, and then obviously I had my aileron. This one came from the factory like that. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not, but I'm just going to rock it like that for the heck of it. I was going to do it with both of those like I did on my old one because I liked it. But heck, why not? It's just going to make it do more fun stuff. So I'll give it a shot like that. Like I said, I'll have those other little plastic bits that go in there in my flight bag. So we'll throw them in if I don't like it, but we'll give it a shot. You're going to have a band? What? What? At Bigfoot, Scott, or Beham Jam? I'd imagine you're saying Bigfoot. Well, that'll be sick. I hope it's V's band, man. I've been wanting to hear him play bad. He's a badass, dude. The last one was... that makes sense. That makes sense. Ryan said the last one was mine. First, I changed the flaps. Aha! Makes sense. This is the stock setup. Okay, that makes sense. Well, there you go. There's your answer. I had no clue. I couldn't remember. It's been so long. It's been a long time. Scott said Bigfoot. I was just trying to have Big Jim. Well, that's going to be sick, man. Bigfoot never disappoints. Never disappoints. I want to ask you something, Scott, but I'll text it to you later because I don't want to ruin it if it's like a surprise for Bigfoot. But, yeah, I'd be curious. Bigfoot never disappoints. It's pretty badass every year. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. All right. So that's good to go. Let's check her out here. Show you guys the lights and whatnot. Got flaps going on. All right. I always set my flaps at 2 seconds. I don't know. It just looks better and it's more scale. I hate when they're real jumpy and crap like that. But yeah, check out the lights on this bad boy. It looks really good. Check her out. I'm telling you, this thing really shows up good at night. I'm not kidding at all. It really does. And my favorite one about this, flying at night with just like the regular lights on it, is it's got this tail beacon on the back that you can see all the time. So it's pretty easy to see where you're at. I do have to set up that back door though. Oh, there it is. That I'm going to slow up too. I'll go in there and adjust the speed on it, but all right. Cool. So we're good to go there. All right. I got to tighten up that prop cone on this one, but I got to pop that off anyway, so not a big deal. Sorry, I'm trying to jump back up in the comments. Marshall, man, I hope Marshall makes it to Bigfoot. I miss him, man. He is a funny guy. Big Jim RC said, yeah, Ryan has a great vid on switching the flaps for those like me that need help. We all need help sometimes, man. Even if it's like the simplest thing. You can have a brain fart or just simply not think of how to do it. I'm there all the time, trust me. Alrighty, so I'm going to unbattery this thing. Let's get to this F-14 because I'm excited to see if those burners will actually fit in it. Like I said, full disclosure, I have no idea if they're going to. I kind of got them hoping they will, and if they didn't, I was going to try and figure out something else to use them in. But I think, from me just eyeballing it, I think they're going to work. So we'll go ahead and check her out. So pop this off the table, and I'll grab the F14 here. Oh, see if I can do the old switcheroo. Oh, jeez. As long as I don't break anything. Alrighty. There we are. Put this on sleep mode for a second while we mess with this. And if you guys give me 1 second, I'm just going to grab a little more Pepsi real quick. Safe have to work with a little trick. I might have to go back and watch that myself before I do that. I will be right back. Jeez Louise, I did not put that in a good spot. Got to refuel the Pepsi. Alrighty. Some more go-go juice. So let's see what we got going on here. Good old F14. Man, does that thing look good. This is a sweet bird. Then we're going to be putting in these bad boys here. If you guys were watching the show the other week, I did it on the Eurofighter. Same identical burners. They look pretty darn sweet. And we'll pop one out, and I'll show you why I like them so much. So they're built really nice, but with 2 screws on each side, it just bolts right into the back of your EDF unit, and it's really sleek. You just run your wires right down with the ESC wires. There's not as much bulky zip ties and everything else there. It just kind of sits in place, doesn't obstruct airflow too much, and I was really impressed with them. And they work great. They work absolutely awesome, and for 17 bucks, you can't beat it. So let's hope that they will work. And they give you everything you need. A little harness, then even the Y to widen the throttle. And your bolts that you'll need to bolt it into the back of the EDF, and then some zip ties so you can zip tie to your ESC leads. All right. Eddie K said, "Hey Scott, drowning my sorrows from the Beham game tonight. Did they lose? I don't follow the March Madness and whatnot too close. I just know I had family members rooting for Purdue, so I figured they were probably doing pretty good. I don't know who won or who lost or anything, but Bama wins like every year in football. Maybe not now because you guys lost like the GOAT, Mr. Saban, but he was a badass coach. I hated Alabama just because they won everything. And I'm a Notre Dame guy, and we tried to win everything but never succeed at getting anywhere by the time the end of the year comes up. As usual. If I just see him win one national championship in my lifetime, I'll be happy, but I doubt it. Airhammer said, "I'm still looking at the EC-1500. Is that wrong?" No, she's just peeking at you over here. UConn beat Bama tonight. That sucks. Sorry to hear that. Like I said, I'm not big on basketball, but I do love my college football. Even though they've ruined it with all this stupid draft crap and these players getting paid to play now and all this other stupid stuff, it kind of ruins it a little bit. They need to save that for the pros. Purdue won by about 20. Oh, sick. Well, good. So it looks like, what was this? This was the Final Four, I think. So I think now we got what? Purdue versus UConn then? Is that what I'm getting at here? Well, hopefully Purdue takes it the whole way then. And that's what's up. Alright, sorry, I'm just trying to see how I gotta do this here. I guess I'll start by... I think I have to take this top plate off to get into where everything's going to go to. I believe. Oh, shoot. You know what? I stole the receiver out of this and forgot. Because I needed an 8 channel for my B25. But that's alright, because I have a 6 channel somewhere we can hook up just to test it out. Totally forgot about that. Alright. Now... Okay, I know what I'll do here. This might be a little bit challenging, but we'll see. We'll see what it takes. We'll see what it takes to do. I really wish I had my MIPs right now. This is kind of driving me nuts a little bit. Alright, that's the right size. Come on, there we go. Put these bad boys where I don't lose them. Oh, of course, this thing's barely going to get down there to where I need it to go. Alrighty. So where are all you guys up to tonight? Anybody else working on airplanes, or what is everybody thinking about getting for their next airplane, I guess, is the real question. It's funny because I always have a list. It's like, man, you know what? That's the next one. And then it changes every single week, it seems like, because they'll come out with something new or something cool, or I'll fly someone's plane or whatnot, and then really like that, and it's always changing. Your first on the list always changes, it seems like. At least for me it does. Alrighty, set that there so I don't lose it. And there's all your guts in this bad boy. Looks pretty similar to the big one, actually. Pretty close. So, now, I am hoping I don't have to take off this bottom part, which I think I'm going to have to because I had to on the other F-14, on the big one, to run my wiring for the EDFs. So, like, you have the ESC cooling under here that's all vented. The last one, which obviously it's a lot bigger plane, I had to take this off to run it all the way up to the nose, but I might be able to get something in there to get it back without doing it. We'll just see how it goes, I guess. Just trying to make sure it's sitting on there right. Whenever you do this kind of stuff with foam planes, it seems like you always end up getting some hanger rash. .5 LM? Is that what you said, Airhammer? Oh, 4.5 in the box right now. I got you. Got a Fox 2.3 glider. I'm going to maiden tomorrow, John Perry said. Yeah, that thing flies pretty good, that glider does. One of the guys back here has one. Or had one. They wrecked it already. But trust me, it was pilot error. It flies really good. It's just the guy that was flying it, yeah, didn't make the best decisions. That Horizon plane sale is calling my name, $100 off the Viper 90 till April. Man, that's a heck of a deal, honestly. If Scott's in here, he's been through about 6 of them already. He should probably stock up while they're on sale for this coming season of flying. But yeah, you can't beat that. $100 off that Viper. That Viper is my favorite 90mm jet. It is hands down the most badass 90mm sport jet out there. It is sick. My favorite 90mm jet of all time is probably the Freewing F-22, but as far as sport jet goes, that Viper 90 is sick. It's definitely one I will always have one of. It's awesome. EQ, Bobby, have you seen where Dynam made this 626 a 6S bird and has ESCs in the wing for cooling with servos and elevator, better control? Yeah, you know what, man? Honestly, with the Dynam stuff, them dudes are never gonna learn. I tried and tried and tried. And one thing I did see that I was actually happy about, that I preached to them forever about, was actually putting in some wood battery trays. I see they finally started doing that on some stuff. But a lot of stuff they're promoting as V2, and it's not even V2. It's the same old tech that they had 2-3 years ago when I was trying to help them. The 262 looks, it looks all right. I don't know. I'm still skeptical. I had so many issues with a lot of stuff. We had so many customer service issues with their stuff that I hope they're doing better. I mean, I hope so. I didn't know they were still even around until a few months ago. I thought they were kind of down and out, but yeah, just like that Hurricane and a few other things that they should have done correctly right from the get that they never did. Or I'm sorry, Hurricane, the Hunter. They had the chance to get that right and they didn't. It was horrible. It flew all right, but there was things in the design that they should have done better. Yeah, Dynam Waco. Yeah, Airhammer, that thing's sick. The Waco, my favorite one out of all those Dynams was the Hellcat. The Hellcat was badass. It flew great. But, yeah, as far as Dynam goes, you know, I'd love to see them do good at some point, but they waste time in stupid areas and don't like to listen to the people that they have around them to try and help them. They're pretty hard-headed as far as that goes. But yeah, I hope all the best for them. You know, I started out working with Dynam planes for the most part, and I hope they do well. You know, I hope one day that someone will knock some sense into them and they'll start making better quality airplanes. Dynam, a lot of their problem is the airplane itself wasn't horrible. They didn't like to outsource anything. They took a lot of pride of making everything in-house. Their servos, their motors, all that kind of stuff. So everything that went into that plane was made in their factory. They didn't outsource anything. They didn't outsource the gear or the servos or any of the electronics from different places and put quality stuff in. They needed to just worry about the foam airplane itself and then outsource the electronics they needed for it. They never did, and it hurt them in a lot of areas, I think. Especially with the landing gear. They had landing gear issues forever. That was a soldering problem that they got figured out, or we thought. Then I did cold testing on them. Still had issues in the cold. Turns out it was stupid, crappy solder again. So they started to fix it a little bit towards the end there with them. I noticed they'd work in like 40-degree weather. I don't know if anything under that, but Yeah, I hope they do well. Just like that Hawker Hunter, you know, our first batch, we got like 50 of them, which was not a lot. And they were pretty sought after. And the whole reason, you know, we're like, well, what's taking so long? You know, we were supposed to get this many, blah, blah, blah. Well, it turns out they were even waiting on magnets for their motors for that airplane. So I don't know. I just hope they do better. And I hope whoever picked them up here in the U.S., because I heard someone else picked them up in the U.S. to distribute them, I hope they do well. I hope they're not a headache for them, and I hope they do great. I don't like to see any of our airplane companies, you know, go under. I just hope that they do better. That's all. So, yeah, Tim Smith, Dynam used to be total crap. You're completely right. 100% right. When I started working with them, I had high hopes to help them and try to build that brand and get it better quality airplane, and nothing just ever came of it, unfortunately. No matter how much I told them to change, they didn't do a whole lot. They took too much pride in stuff. So hopefully one day they do good, but until they actually start worrying about the plane itself and the design features and everything else, and quit using foam hinges and other things like that I tried stressing out over for a long time, they're just going to stay the same old Dynam. I don't care how much you update electronics as far as landing gear and stuff go. If you don't update your designs and features and things about the aircraft, I mean, it's just going to be, Dynam's always going to be Dynam. If I was the owner of Dynam and I really wanted to change some stuff, I would change the name of that company and redo everything about it personally. But it's not me, and I hope they do well. EQ said I would change ESCs as soon as I get out of the box. Yeah, you know, it's crazy because I had 3 flight videos that never went out because 2 of them, the ESCs just took a crap. You know, I had to replace ESCs, and then that was it. And then the first GBY I ever, was it the GBY? Yeah, the red and white GB, the weird looking one. That one on the first flight, I did about 3 passes with it, and the ESC caught fire, and it literally smoked all the way to the ground. We had to run out, stomp it out. Luckily, it didn't get the battery. But yeah, that thing, it went down in smoke, literally. Ryan said not going to happen. Yeah, you're most likely right. It's not going to happen. Yeah, cheap planes nobody else makes. Yeah, you're right, man. They had some cool stuff, and they had a really good opportunity to hit the market in kind of a decent area, you know. They weren't super expensive. You could afford them, and they had some pretty cool designs and airplanes, you know. But we'll see what happens. Eddie said, I had a Dynam S-back back in the day that spit out the magnets on the Outrunner on the first flight. That doesn't surprise me either. That is one it was all right, but the more I flew it, the more I hated it, actually. I did not have good luck with that one. And then the little Dynam Rapid, don't waste your time on that one. That thing is garbage. I mean, it's horrible. Horrible. I told people on the show when I was with BitGo, when people would ask me, what's the worst Dynam plane or this or that, I'd always steer people away from it. Whenever anybody asked me about that plane, I'd steer them away from it. That plane is horrible. Oh, it's trash. It is trash. I tried to fly a couple of them, and they were just so bad I didn't even want to sell them, so I didn't bother making a video of them. They're horrible. Some of this stuff, you just got to be honest. You know, if it's trash, don't try to push it on someone else, because you want everybody to have a good time flying and a good experience with this stuff. You don't want to give them something that's going to put a bad taste in their mouth, especially every Dynam plane they have right now. Oh, it's got this GPS and this and that, and everything comes with their form of safe technology, I guess you'd say, and a lot of it sucks, to be honest with you. So they promote things too in a bad way, as far as Dynam does. I never did, but as far as, say, a jet or something more advanced for a guy, they'll tell you, oh, well, it comes with this ready-to-fly feature, so you can fly it with this gyro and the safe on it, blah, blah. You'll be just fine. It's not true. But, and then their landing assist technology they tried doing for a while there, that never worked how it should have. And I don't know if any of it's changed. It's been years since I messed with any of it. I still have my Dynam Hellcat hanging up on the wall, but I think that's pretty much one of the only ones besides my P-61. I have that somewhere. I can't remember where, but I have that one somewhere. But they're just hanger queens, just wall ornaments more than anything. So, but yeah, like I said, I hope the best for them. I'm done ranting about them now. Sorry. I just spent a lot of time with Dynam. They never changed their tune at all. We tried many times to talk them into, you know, don't just blast this thing when it comes out, you know, like let's check it out, let's test it, let's get some video done on it, you know, for the product release. Let's get one early. Never happened. They were horrible with that kind of stuff. But anyhow, it is what it is. Let's move on to a nicely made plane and get some burners put in this bad boy. Yeah, dude, Eddie, me and Ryan tried our asses off to help them guys over there, and it just never, they didn't want to listen to the guys actually flying and doing the stuff, you know, or, well, I mean, it wasn't our first day. I come from a pretty good RC background and whatnot, and so does Ryan, and they didn't care. I don't know if they were just stubborn or if they just didn't care. I don't know what it was, but yeah. P61 is at RC. Ah, that's where it's at. I gotta go grab it. Ah, it's hanging on the ceiling, isn't it? I think we put it up there a long time ago. I need to go grab that bad boy. Is that beaver still over there? What else did I have up there? I can't remember. It's been so long. I'm interested in how you hook up the Afterburners on F14. Can you please explain? Yeah, let's get into it right now. We'll figure that out right now, because I'm curious too. Alrighty. So, I took off the hatch already so we can access stuff. And now we're going to take our screwdriver and pop out these two screws on each side here to get to the burners themselves. So two little screws on top, comes off with the ventral. I believe they're ventrals. I don't know. I remember a long time ago guys having a debate on these on Ryan's show. It's pretty hysterical, but I'm pretty sure they're ventrals. Alright, there we go. Got those bad boys out there. So when you access the burners, there's just going to be two screws on each side. Pretty simple. So we'll go ahead and pop one out. And see if this burner is actually going to fit how I'm hoping it will. Like I said, I'm not 100% positive if it will. It was just kind of a guessing game. Alright. So we'll find out, because these are the ones that just bolt right on to the back of the EDF unit. These are the ones I really like that I have in the Eurofighter. So we'll see if they'll bolt in the back of this thing. Let's see if they line up. I don't know, it's going to be close. We'll find out if we can finagle it or not. We'll find out. Man, I don't know. It might be too small. Might be too small. Actually, if you have a drill, you can drill this hole out a little bit more. It just needs just a little bit more. Let me see here if we can make this work. I'm just going to see if I can make this work. I don't know if I can, but we're going to find out. Well, nope, looks like I'm going to need to make a trip to the hardware store because the supplied bolts, or little machine screws that come in the bag, are not the proper size for the back of the EDF unit here. So that's a bummer. So I think I make it work, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of, this just needs a little bit more clearance to get it positioned where I want, like not even 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to drill over a little bit so I can slide it in where I need it to. And then I'll go to the hardware store and see if I can find some machine screws that'll fit that bad boy, and then I think we can get it to work then. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen tonight, unfortunately. Sorry about the timing, man. I try to interact with the comments as much as I can. Sometimes I see them a little late, or sometimes they come in on my screen a little bit late, unfortunately. We'll definitely be going live and stuff from BHAM Jam next week too, so I'll try to keep you guys in the loop. As if you can't make it, you guys can live curiously through me for the few days of the event and see how it's going and stuff. And I believe Ali Machinchi, however you pronounce his last name, I always mess that up. It's gonna be there, so he's always got some really badass stuff every time he's there. So I'll be curious to see what he's flying. He's a hell of a pilot. He's very smooth. And talk about a brain of information on this stuff. It's unbelievable. That guy's pretty cool. Now I'm going to pop this back together so I don't lose anything. Kind of a bummer those darn burners didn't fit. It was worth a shot though. It was a 50-50, kind of a coin flip on that. I wasn't sure if they would or not, but it's alright, because we're going to do some modifications and we will make them work. We will make them work. It can be done, I can tell, it can be done. Unfortunately, it's just a little bit late. I don't even know what time it is, but it's too late for the hardware store to be open. Nope. But yeah, if you guys have any questions on this butte, or if you're wondering anything before you pick one up, feel free to ask away. It flies really good. I've been digging it. Especially the more time you get on this one, the more you'll like it. It just takes setting it up, and you know, a lot of guys too are having issues with maidens. I've seen a few of them go in. Just the best thing I can say is fly it by the book. Just don't add all these crazy mixes and crap before you even have tested it out. Just get it up in the air and fly it by the book and see how you like it and change stuff accordingly. A lot of guys get a little too carried away with stuff, and then that's a lot of the reason they have a bad time. And then just like I had a feeling that the flap situation was going to screw with people, as far as, oh, do the flaps, you know, automatically go up if you sweep the wings? Well, honestly, you should probably have your flaps up if you're going to sweep the wings. I mean, you're not sweeping the wings right off takeoff if you are using takeoff flap. I did you can see in the video I have up, when I did the grass ops with this thing, I didn't use any flap on my takeoff in the grass, and it did just fine. But yeah, if you're using takeoff flap, I mean, it's just kind of pilot error. I mean, remember to put your darn flaps up before you sweep the wings, and don't put them down while your wings are swept. So I see a lot of people blame the plane for that, and it's really not the plane's fault. It's a pilot problem, but I'm sure you can kind of program that stuff in if it's something you're worried about. Alrighty, one last bolt, we'll have her together here. Dang, that kind of stinks though. I was excited to see some burners up in this bad boy. I'm excited for that, but that's alright. We'll get her figured out, and I'll do it, I'll see what it is, and I'll wait, and we'll just do it next weekend. So that way I can show everybody how it's done and what modifications are needed and what screws and all that good stuff. I guess I should have looked at it beforehand, but I eyeballed it and I thought for sure it was going to work, but I was wrong. Alright. Oh! Anyhow, go ahead and put this back in the box so I don't lose anything. Boom. It's a pretty bird. I'm glad that they did in the Jolly Rogers scheme too. Sheen. I think one of the Hamilton's flaps did not come down. It flipped and went straight in. I gotta watch that. I didn't, it was hard for me to see exactly what happened. I caught the video at glance and I watched it real quick, but I didn't, it was hard for me to tell kind of what happened. I personally thought he just got in a stall when I first looked at it. That's what it looked like to me, but I don't have a clue, and I wasn't flying it or there. I have no idea. But yeah, that's a bummer. That's a bummer. Either way, that's a bummer. Sheem. If you know, you know. Sheem. It's a sweet sheem. Alrighty. That in there. Alright, now hopefully I won't lose anything until next week when we try this. The only bummer is taking out that EDF unit and taking it in the hardware store so I can match up some bolts for it. Oh well. I did today. I had a 25mm engine standoff for this DLE-40 that I'm putting in my extra. And usually, like with other standoffs, you bolt in one side and then you bolt in the other. This one ran all the way through, so I had to go get bolts and washers and Loctite and all that good stuff for it. But we got it on there today. I'm pumped. So now next I'm going to plumb up the fuel tank and stuff on it. Get all the linkages where they need to be. It's getting close to being able to fire her up so I can break her in, but I need a prop jig so I can get a prop on it. But if we have to, we'll wait until Beham Jam. I'm sure those guys down there have it. We'll maiden it down there. Hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Hey, Bobby, I went to RC Fun Park. They told me you moved. I was looking forward to saying hey. Yeah, man. I actually just recently moved back to the area, but yeah, I'm no longer with Bitco or RC Fun Park or any of that. Kind of off doing my own adventure now. But yeah, man, I'm glad you stopped in there to say hey. Sorry I wasn't there. if you're in the area again, let me know ahead of time. You know, message me on here, or I always post my email to the channel in the description. You can always shoot me an email. More than happy to meet up, go flying or something in the future. Yeah, sorry I wasn't there, man. All right. So what else is going on tonight? Anything fun and exciting? Everything else I have to kind of dive into is meticulous and will take forever. And I'll probably get yelled at by the wife if it ends up all over the place in here. Awesome, that would be cool. Yeah, man, anytime, just hit me up. I'm always down for some flying and having fun. Always down. I should have been out flying today. It was absolutely perfect out today. And I never got a chance to get out. I was kind of bummed. But when you have a new little baby, they take up a lot of your time. And then Mama let me go and work on my extra. So I did that for a few hours and came back here and fought with my computer and Streamlabs and updating and all that good stuff to get it finally working again. And yeah, well, now we're here. Hopefully, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, Monday I'm going to go out to the field for the whole darn day. Because it's supposed to be pretty nice on Monday up here. I think it's going to be in the 70s. I'm just hoping the wind isn't all crazy. If they show me on here. Oh yeah, wind's going to be, 6 to 14. That's not bad. I'll take it. I'll take it. If it's steady, I don't mind the wind at all either. Ryan said, it was awesome. Flew at Grissom, taught a crawler buddy how to fly Aero Scout style. Oh shit, that's what's up. Good deal. Man, once you start flying, you get the bug and you get hooked and you're having a good time doing it, it's over with. It's over with. Tim Smith said, going to the field in the morning with a couple planes tomorrow. Hell yeah. Good, man. I'm glad you guys got good weather. I would be down to go fly tomorrow. I wanted to, but it's supposed to be super windy, like gusts up to 30 miles an hour. So I was like, well, that's not going to be too fun. So we'll see. If it ends up, they don't get the weather right half of the time. So if it ends up being nice out tomorrow, I'll probably go tomorrow too. I want to fly that Cougar really bad and get some vid on it. So we'll see. Yes, Airhammer. Family first, always. Especially it's my first little one, our first baby. So it is pretty cool. Cool experience. You learn how to worry when you have a kid. But I can't wait to get a controller in his hand here in a few years. Yeah, this week's supposed to be all right. I hope so. I want to get out bad. I've been flying at the school like here and there. Just I'll throw some stuff in my truck here and there, and when I'm over at the other spot, I'll stop out of school and fly for a minute or two. Take 2 or 3 batteries with me and kind of just scratch the itch a little bit. But there's nothing like going out to the field and having the open space and the runway and everything else. It's nice out there. Airhammer said winds here are at 11. That's not too bad. Like I said, especially if they're consistent, it's just a nice steady wind. It's not real gusty and up and down. And if it's right across or coming straight down the runway, heck, I like it. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, I was just making sure I didn't miss any of the comments here. Yeah, buddy. Well, try and babe if we should stay on a little bit longer or if we should call it a night. I wish I had something else fun that we could do. Brian Chambers said, having kids is like buying airplanes, you just can't have one. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. He's been an angel. He's a happy little baby. He's going on 4 months this month. He is a happy little baby. I love the little guy to death. Not looking forward to teething. He hasn't teethed yet, so we'll see. But yeah, we plan on having a couple more. I think we want, well, she wants 2 or 3, so I'm cool with that. 12 p.m. Yeah, I think it's 12 a.m. now, isn't it? I guess it depends on where you're at, though. Heck, it's probably just now getting dark out in California. That's the only thing I miss about California is the weather. It was nice all the time. Windy a lot of times, but man, it was. You can't beat the winters in Southern California, especially if you're in the desert. 70 and 80 like every day and gorgeous. Can't beat it. Especially when you're sitting in 70, 80 degree weather and you can look at the mountains and they're all snow covered and gorgeous. I do miss that. The politics and everything else though, you can keep it. Hey, Fred Barron, how you doing, buddy? No problem, we're still here. You didn't miss too much. We just built a EC-1500 and we attempted to install some burners in the F-14 that I got from Freewing. I was curious if like the bolt-on style would work, but they did not. But we are going to make them work. I think I can make them work. So next week we'll do it. Have more free babysitting. Hey, that's true. That is true. Never thought about that. Let's see, I took my Freewing F-16 Thunderbirds 9mm to the field last weekend for the first time since I found out it was discontinued. After buying up spares and locating another plug-and-play in Germany, I feel better. Holy smokes. You know, I didn't know they discontinued that either. That's news to me. Where are they discontinued? That's a pretty sweet bird. It was a little heavier than a lot of the stuff on the market now. I have the 80 mil from Eflite. I love that thing. That thing's pretty sick. Yeah, I did not know they discontinued that at all either. Interesting to know. I want that, oh, what was the name of it? That big yak back. This is one I never got to try and then it was discontinued before I had the chance. More power to you. 3. Yeah, I'll be darned though. I did not know that darn thing was discontinued. Just trying to see if I could do a web search, but I'm scared to do anything else on this computer and freeze up something. I can't believe that's discontinued though, I'll be darned. Oop. Let's see here. Hopefully I don't lose you guys messing around here, just looking at stuff. The DH-112 was on my list. Man, that'd be pretty sick. That's I've never flown anything like that. See here. So I'm just looking up real quick. I'm curious to see what all they did discontinue on good old Motion. I saw that new helicopter, or I think it was new, I don't know. It was I think it was a Black Hawk. I saw a commercial or video or something like that today. I skimmed by it real quick. That looked pretty interesting. It has like GPS on it and crap, but for some of those videos they need to get a guy that actually can fly a helicopter to do it. Because it looked kind of lame. I was actually surprised to see old James on a video. Huh. What else did they discontinue? Anybody fly that new Zeus yet? I keep looking at that darn thing too. Man, they got a lot of stuff out of stock right now. Oh, they discontinued the Stinger. Yeah, I'll be darned. They discontinued quite a bit. Well, that's a bummer. That's alright, though. Sorry, let me get back in here. I'll start looking at the chat again. Alright, what did I miss here? Brian Chambers said, Horizon got a pretty decent sale going on. Yeah, they do, man. They got a real good sale going on. Slap nuts. Dabba dabba do time. It's almost that time, you're right. He said I went down the discount rabbit hole too. It's easy to do. Especially when you can get points on stuff. It's like, why not? Might as well. My worst thing is like, hopefully she's not watching, but every time they come out with something new or something I have to get and a box shows up at the door, I'm always like, oh no, I didn't order that. I ordered that like 6 or 7 months ago. It just came off back order. Or you gotta figure out a little bit of a way. We're just sneak them in. But the good old discount rabbit hole. Nothing wrong with that. Sorry. Now you guys got me looking at airplanes again. Ah, horrible. I want another F-22 pretty darn bad. And this free wing Yak 130, the green one, the 70 mil, that thing looks sick. That's what I was talking about earlier, Yak. I wanted the big Yak for a long time, never had a chance to try it, but this little 70 mil, especially that green, it's killing me softly right now. I really like that. I really like that. And the price is right on it too. What else they got on here? Wouldn't mind having a Blue Angels F-18, one of the big free wing boys too. That thing was pretty sick. F-15 always wanted. That's another one that's good. That's one I should grab before it gets discontinued. But what was it? The Arrows F-15 looked like a pretty darn good one too. Yep. The F4, I liked my F4. It was a heavy girl. Kind of flew like a brick, but that was a good one. L-39 was a good one. Yeah, that free wing Yak though, I mean the 70 mil in green, plug and play for only $239 bucks. That's a darn good deal for what you get. I have the A4 too. That thing's pretty awesome. Hey, look, they sent me another one to review. That's right. That's right, Brian Chambers. I like it. Uh-oh, I'm getting messages over here. Oh, man. Spencer. You know how to hit a guy low, huh? He said, buy it. It flies great. He's talking about that Yak 130. That thing is sick. That thing is sick. I love the color of it, too. That's what's really getting me. Is I like the airframe as it is, but I love the color of it, too. Yeah, I need to get me one of those bad boys. I kept looking at that, the A10 that they just did, just to fly it again, do a review on it. But man, I liked the one that I had before, the gray version. That has been a long time ago. The battery area on it and whatnot sucked. And then like all of the ordnance, like you couldn't, it glued on, like you couldn't like take it on and off. I thought that was kind of a bummer. I don't know, I just can't bring myself to get that one. I do like the paint scheme on it though now. That camo's pretty sick. That Zeus though, that's one right there that I wouldn't mind trying. My buddy Fernando, he's got one. I think he put 12S on it. I can't remember how many flights it made it, but I guess it was a ripper, and then he just did 12S on a 90mm F18 from Freewing that he did all up, custom made, and that's a ripper too. It'd be pretty sick. But man, he mods the crap out of them, puts shubs in them, and can't go wrong with shublers. That Black Horse Viper Jet, that turbine version, looks pretty sick too, but that's a lot of pennies when you're all said and done with something like that too. I do like the color. I haven't had anything Black Horse yet, actually. I'm not sure how their build quality is or anything like that. I've only had Freewing and Flightline so far from Motion. I haven't tried any of the Black Horse stuff. I know where it comes from, but I haven't tried any of it yet. Old tech design, all out of whack. It's all out of whack. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. I ain't got it. My elevator's down. I ain't got it. Alrighty. I ain't got it. Did you guys see me post that meme on Motion's Facebook page the other day? Got quite a bit of laughs out of it, actually. It was of old Frank when they released that A10. I had a picture of old Frank and it said, I ain't got it. I posted that underneath that link. Quite a few guys got it. They knew what was up. I'm gonna send this mofo back. I forgot about that. That's right. Frank, no. His poor wife, man. She seemed like a really sweet lady. Frank, no. He just beats the crap out of that thing. It was fixable too. It's like, man, come on. Oh, that's all right. I can't remember who it was I was talking to that actually knew him. Said he's a nice guy and he actually flies quite a bit, but just a bad day, I guess. It's all out of whack. Call BR549, they'll help. Yeah, that was a funny video. I remember watching that. Me and Ryan laughed so darn hard. Oh my lord. I had it on the TV too down at the shop. That was funny. That was funny. That was a good one. I wish he'd like kept up with making videos, because I would have definitely been a subscriber to that channel. Yeah, he was. He was pissed before he got the battery, and he sure was. He was messing with that thing for a minute. Yeah, that was a good one. I don't know where the hell he was flying at either. There's like Ferris wheel in the background and like I don't know what was going on, but it was funny. I wish I could bring it up on here. I'll have all that figured out by next week here. I know I can add stuff. I just don't know how it's going to work. Let me see here. I'm so scared of doing stuff on here and having the darn thing freeze or something. I went through so much misery earlier. Let's see. Oops. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what to do here. I'll have to figure it out later. I don't know what the heck I just did. Alright, there we go. I'll figure it out later. Next weekend I'll be able to look up stuff on the websites and actually show you guys on the screen. I know how to do it, but it's going to take me a second. Brian Chambers said he moved back to Texas. Well, shoot. I didn't know that was where he was from, to be honest with you. He was from Indiana, wasn't he? Or not from Indiana, but he lived here in Indiana, I think. Somewhere south. I'm not sure. Yeah, Airhammer, A10 video where the guy stomps it. Yep, that's it. Yeah, that was a damn good video. It was a classic. One of my favorites. You're a little lost in the convo? Oh, man. I wish someone drop a link to that darn video for him in here. Thank us later. It's hilarious. You have it on faves? Oh, man. If someone can drop a link in here for him so he can be in the scoop, because it's hilarious. If you like flying RC planes, you'll like this video. And if you like seeing people lose their shit on a 4S Freewing A10, you'll really like it. It's pretty funny. Anybody going to Jet Jam this year? I was thinking about going again. I haven't been in like 4 years or so. But I heard they got rid of all the Nazis, so I'm thinking about going again. Brian Chambers said, yeah, he lived here in Indianapolis on the west side, I think. Construction work took him back to Texas. I'll be damned. Okay. He said yes to all the above. You know what? I wonder if I can hop on my phone and post it in the link myself. Give me a second here. Let me see here. Because it won't let me do it on here for some odd reason. Let me see. Oops. Alright, here we go. Jet Jam in Thermal? No, Jet Jam in Southern Indiana. Not the one in Thermal. The Thermal one's the club I used to belong to. That's a good club to fly. I love that place. Yeah, longest day of the year. Middle of nowhere, but quit flying by 9. Yeah. It was... That show, I'm telling you, they were absolutely... Like, if you flew in the dark there or something, it was unbelievable. They, like, freaked out about it. Supposedly, the dude that was running it isn't there anymore, and now you can fly at night and all this other stuff. I'm going to have to email Bob and see if it's changed before I make any commitment to going. But it used to be a really good time. I used to really enjoyed going to it, love it. And the field's great. It's a pretty cool place. But They kind of ruined it the one year. There was fun police going around all night. Like, as soon as the sun went down, it was like the end of the world if you flew something. Alright, let's see here. Oops. Alright, there's a link for you. That should take you, that link should take you to the Frank Sylvester A10 beatdown. Oh, if you have a wrench. I can't even remember how in the heck to do that. It's been it's been so long. Oops. Oh, come on. He said, oh no, he already looks pissed. It's a good one, I'm telling you. Why wouldn't it let me do that? I don't know, I'm going to have to figure out some stuff in here so I can give people wrenches next time, but anyhow. Yeah, it won't let me do it in here. Anyhow. Just wait till you watch that video. You'll thank us later. It's pretty hilarious. Yeah. Oh, StreamYard? Yeah, I'm on Streamlabs, man. I haven't went to StreamYard yet. Is that what you're running on MacBook? Dude, I've had nothing but issues running Streamlabs on MacBook. And went through like a million different things trying to get it to work and have not had any success. As far as with like the external camera and stuff. I can use Streamlabs all day long off the MacBook using like my regular camera, but man, using anything else is a pain. And I've bought and done everything to try and get it to work and still run into problems with it. Grabbing popcorn. Be Right Back's video looks like it's going to be good. It is. Trust me. It's very good. It's all out of whack. Yeah. Anybody plan on going to any shows this year? If so, where at? And when? I'm looking to have some fun this summer. I got a few shows for sure lined up. I try to never miss RC Fest, though. I missed it last year and didn't want to, but I was out in California. But I think RC Fest falls on the same date as Jet Jam this year, so if I had to pick one, it would probably be RC Fest. But we'll see. We will see what happens. RC Fest is dope because you can drive cars all day and fly planes. They don't yell at you for having fun at night and everything else. And those guys are a hoot to fly with at nighttime. They're fun. Yeah, still 14 of you in here. It's 12:40. Glad you guys are joining in. Can't fly at RC Fest anymore? What? Why? You can't fly anymore there? Was it just like their pilots that fly or something now? How's that work? That's kind of lame. Well, never mind. Brian Chambers said, I'm going to try to fly during the eclipse. That way I can say I flew in the day and the night, in the day, again with 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes. It's actually not a bad idea. Only Horizon folks could fly last year. I'll be dang. Well, that's kind of a bummer. That's kind of a bummer. That stinks. That was like always such a fun show too. I mean, realistically, it'd be cool if they could do at least like open fly after a certain time, you know, at like in the evening or something. I mean, half the time we fly more there at night than you do during the day, but they have some cool performers though during the day, like them boys from Cali that fly the F-86s, and then they got that big F4 and the big Corsair. That big, I think it's a Carf Corsair with a big old Moki on it. That thing's badass. Saturday time is different. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Yep. Well, man, that's kind of a bummer. I had no idea that you could not fly at RC Fest anymore. Everything else is fun to do there, but that's kind of a bummer. Put on a Viper 90 clinic? That'd be sick. The Viper 90s are badass. If anybody in the room does not have a Viper 90 yet, I highly suggest you put that on the top of your list. You'll love it. Thank me later. It's awesome. I swear it's my favorite 90mm sport jet. Hands down. The Avani's pretty dope too. I've never had my own Avani though to really like beat up, I guess you'd say, like really put it through its paces. I've always flown other people's, or people have had me maiden them for them before. They seem like they fly really good. I just never had my own to really test it. Ryan said we did. Man, that'd be sick. Well, if I go this year, I guess I'll throw a Viper 90 in the truck just for shits and tickles in case they actually let us fly. That's a bummer though, man. I loved that show. That show was sick. The big turbine formation flyers compliment. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, you're talking about our Viper. Oh shit, dude. Me and Ryan can fly formation like no other. Yeah, I do remember that now. Now I got you. I'm on the same page now. Dude. I don't care who you are. Just let me be your wingman. Just fly that shit. Scale. Well, I mean, somewhat scale. Don't be going all crazy and shit. To where I can actually lock onto you. Let's do it, man. Especially if you're flying. You gotta fly with someone you trust, though. Like, if I'm flying with Ryan Information, I can trust him. I know he's not gonna do some crazy crap or something nuts. Like, you gotta be on the same page. But other than that, oh yeah. We can do some sick formation stuff. Sometimes we have accidents. I took out Ryan's P-51 one year with the Focke-Wulf, but things happen. Things happen. It always looks cool, at least. And when you're doing that stuff, you kind of got to realize, you know, shit might go down if you're pushing your limits and getting real close and trying to tuck into the guy. Things might happen, but man, is that fun. And those Viper 90s are what's up. Gotta do that again. I miss that. Yeah, I wish I had something else to work on. I can show you guys something else, actually. It's sitting on my porch. It's not going to be built for a long time, though, unfortunately. I need to get servos and a motor and everything else for the darn thing. But it's pretty slick. I have a sunroom on the back here, so lately it's been my unboxed airplane room. No props, you can rub a little bit. Dude, that's for real too. There's a few times. That stuff is just so fun too. Taking off together, landing together, then you're just buttoned up flying perfect formation. Yeah, that was pretty dope. And those dudes flew formation that complimented us. Like, dude, they were the creme de la creme of formation flying. And yeah, that felt pretty good to get complimented by those dudes. They were old school guys too, man. They've been doing it a long time. They were badass. They were badass. The only problem is, like, me and Ryan would do badass stuff like that all the time, but we never had a third person to actually, like, video it. We'd get, I don't know, Dylan or somebody to video that. That'd be pretty sick. He looks like he does pretty good on the camera too, from what I've seen. My girl, man, she picked it right back up. You know, we started doing videos again not too long ago. She picked it right back up pretty quick, man. I was surprised. Like, she's like, oh, I don't know how good I did. And then I was looking at the footage when I got on the laptop. I was like, shit, you're right back in it, girl. Like, she did real good. The trick to that is you just got to push the kid around the stroller a little bit, then he falls asleep, and then you get a quick video in. Yes, he watched it. He said, I peed myself. Oh my God, that was too much. I've never seen someone lose their shit like that and smash a plane. I told you. It's awesome. I'm glad that you found it funny, because a lot of us did. Ah, man. I'm glad you watched it. It's a good video. Good old Frank Sylvester, man. I hope he's still flying. I'm sure if he is, there's probably a few more planes down for the count. Ryan said, he does good, she's good. Yeah, not bad, man. Oh. Yeah, next time y'all go out to old Tri-Valley, hit me up, I'll come say what's up. That's added to the favorites, for sure. Definitely add it to your favorites. No doubt. No doubt. You know, we're not doing much. It's just a bunch of us chilling, hanging out at almost 1 in the morning. Give me a second here. I'm going to move this off of here. Big thumbs up to the wife. Thank you very much. Yeah, she does a good job. Oh, he has other videos, Brian? I need to check that shit out. Did not know he had other videos. Or maybe I've seen one of a, I think it was a biplane or something that he put in. I can't remember. I'm going to have to check it out, though. Oh, jeez. No. Oops. Almost forgot to turn off this. Put that away real quick. I'll grab something off the porch. We'll take a looky at it here. Sorry, I just got a text message. All right. I barely have any room for this one. It's a big bird. And she's dusty. this. See if you guys can figure out what this is. Oops. From the look of the cowl. That's the cowling for her. Free subscription for whoever guesses it right. And it's made by a company you guys probably have never heard of. Straight from good old China. Hey, yep, Tim Smith, you're right. Yakety yak, don't talk back. I was looking for the manual of this thing, but yeah, she's a big girl. I think it's a, I can't remember if it's a 78 or 82 inch wing. Yeah, that's the EC-1500. Yep. This is the Yakety Yak. M12 pits, yeah. Box says 3 of 45, yeah. Doesn't really, I didn't even pay attention to that. Well, I guess it does. Made by good old SkySun RC, which I'm guessing you guys have never heard of. You know what's a bummer? Is I don't even see any directions in this darn thing. I don't know, I haven't really messed with it at all. Oh, jeez. The reason the top's missing too is because I actually had a leak in my darn trailer and this box got hit by water. Thank God nothing was screwed up in here. Just screwed up the top of the box. But I haven't really had a chance to even look at this, so I figured while we're sitting around chilling, I'll take a peek at it. Ha! You know what's crazy? Let's check this. I don't know if any of you guys fly big gassers or not, or have anything from Extremeflight, but this is literally the identical tank that Extremeflight sells, just without the X's on it. I'll be damned. Now I know who makes their tanks. Interesting. Interesting. Man, they give you a lot of stuff in here. They give you all the fuel line, fuel filter, standoffs. Interesting. Alright, let's see. Look yakish. Yeah. Take the gear out first. This is all carbon fiber. Looks really nice. I'm curious to see. It's even got a carbon fiber spar. Let's see here. Ooh. There's the fuse to it right here. Should be pretty sick. Curious to try it out. Like I said, I haven't really checked it out. Who makes it? It's a company called SkySun. SkySun Hobby. Supposedly this was like a limited edition one. I don't know how many they made or if it's really limited edition. That's just what they said. There's an old BB bottle. I don't know how that got in there. Yeah, I don't know. 30cc. Yeah, I think it's 30cc. Something I'm going to test out. It looks pretty good. I was looking for the directions, but apparently it did not come with directions. I haven't really dove into this thing yet at all because I haven't had a chance. I took the top off because it was wet, but it looks pretty good. Like I said, this isn't something this is a future project. I have the big Hanger 9 Cub I need to finish up. I have everything for it. I just need to finish it up. From Horizon, or Hanger 9. The 116-inch wing one. I got a DLE 60 going on that. But yeah, so after I'm done with my Extreme Flight Extra, that's the one I'm going to be working on next, and I'm going to put smoke on that one and everything else, so should be pretty sick. Just trying to see what else they gave us. Here's a big hardware pack full of everything. I'm not going to take that out right now, but they gave me a fancy fuel tank, then they gave me another one, just a generic one. Interesting. There's the decals for her. And then that's the company that makes it right there. Skysun-hobbies.com if you guys are interested in peeping them out. Like I said, know nothing about the company. Really. It's more of a test project as far as gassers go. I'm just kind of bummed that it doesn't have stupid directions. What kind of... How do you not include any directions? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I've built enough big ARFs and stuff like that. I can get by, but for guys that this might be their first 3D build or something, I mean, that seems like it might be kind of important. Oops. So I was trying to put this thing back, and now I got the canopy falling off. Yeah, so should be cool. I've always liked the axe quite a bit, and this thing's my favorite color. I love like fluorescent / lime green, and I love checkered. So I was like, man, that thing's pretty darn neat. I don't know. Quality's good enough. Something maybe we'll sell in the future or something like that. Oop. Different hold on her here. Yeah, it looks pretty sick though. All should be a pretty neat airplane. We'll see. You guys will see video on it for sure whenever the heck I get it done. Probably won't be for a few months though. Like I said, I got that other big Cub to finish up after this Extreme Flight bird. And then this one, unless I end up digging into that old Top Flight P-51 or the Hellcat. We'll see. We shall see what happens. I keep thinking about building a balsa bird, or at least an ARP anyways, on the show here. It's just going to be a couple week ordeal, and I don't know how many of you guys like that kind of stuff, so I want to do something that you guys are actually interested in, can learn off of, rather than doing something I just like. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's that. Put it back before I screw up anything else. Big old honking rudder. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the chat at the same time. Put this stuff back where it belongs. Oop. but that's that bird. Just figured while we were hanging out, I'd show you guys what's up for projects. So we'll see what happens with that bad boy. It's alright. Hard for me to see the comments from up there. Take it easy, man. Thanks for coming, dude. Glad you enjoyed the video. Yeah, Brian Chamber. It very well could be, yeah, one of those ones that you have to go online to get the manual. Yeah, it could be. I'm going to have to check and see. Tim Smith said high-speed servos. Oh, dude, for sure. You cannot lack or like skimp out on servos on this kind of stuff. That's just like I put ProTech T155s in my Extreme Flight bird, and then I have the S155 for my throttle, so it's real snappy. But yeah, you can't cheap. I mean, each one of those servos retail are $140 a piece, so I have like over $800 just in servos in that yak. But it's worth it. You can't skip out on the big 3D stuff. If you do, you have issues, or it's a good way to have a failure. It's a lot of force and pressure going on that stuff. Yeah, Fred, it's pretty sweet, man. Pretty sweet. Airhammer's kicking back some brews. Nothing wrong with that. I'll set this thing back out on the porch right quick. So that way it's out of the way here. Put everything back and forgot to put those darn canopy screws back in. Now I'll do it here in a little bit. Yeah, it looks sweet. I can't wait to build it. When I get into it here in a month or two or however long it takes, I'll make sure to share it. Yeah, and then I'm excited. I really want to build that Hellcat though that I have, a little 60-90 cc or 60 to 90 nitro I want to put on it. I kind of want to do another little nitro 2-stroke. I haven't had a little nitro 2-stroke since I was younger. I still have my old trainer, but it's just kind of a hanger queen now. It just chills. I haven't even ran the motor in, gosh, probably 15 years. Who knows if it's even good still. I have an old Thunder Tiger 46 though that hasn't been ran in years too. That thing still has really good compression. It'll probably fire right up. New glow plug in it. Yeah, but a lot of my roots are your gas and nitro stuff. That's kind of where I come from before I got into electrics however many years ago. So been itching to get back into that kind of stuff. Fred Barron, look forward to seeing that yak around. But yeah, man, me too. I can't wait. It'll be pretty slick. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully next month or two I'll get to building that. Maybe it's something I'll start building on the channel even, just to kind of get going with it. I need to get everything for it though, the motor, the servos, and all that kind of good stuff. So that stuff's always pretty pricey with the bigger stuff. So we'll see when it happens, but I'm excited for that Extreme Flight bird. That thing's sick. It's pretty badass. I am pumped. All right. Airhammer said, I don't want a heli, but Airwolf. Dude, so, you know, I flew I flew helis for a while. I can fly helis just pretty decent. I'm not bad at it. I'm no pro by any means at all. I'm not one of those crazy dudes you see him flipping the darn thing all around there. I can do some stuff, but I like scale stuff. So like Airwolf, you know, Huey, Blackhawk, that kind of thing. Sick. I don't really like all that 3D crazy stuff with those. It's cool, but it's I don't know. After a minute, it kind of just gets boring to watch, anyways, to me. Doing it, you got to have a lot of skill and a lot of coordination for it, no doubt. But, yeah, I feel you there on helis. I had a few for a while. I had a Line 450s. Ended up selling them, I don't know, a year or two down the road. It just wasn't my thing, and they just sat, or I'd take them out, and then I ended up flying my planes more than anything. And, I don't know, I just love airplanes. So, I get it, though, man. Tim Smith said, the old Nitro OS motors are killer if they sit too long, get gummed up, take a hairdryer to heat up, and will loosen. Yeah, oh yeah, dude, I had OS's, that was kind of my go-to back in the day. And I actually had one that sat forever that was froze up, and took out the glow plug, sprayed a little WD in it, put the glow plug back on, just let it sit. It was freed up the next morning. She was good to go. Blew all that crap out of there. Yeah, the old OS stuff, man, you can't go wrong. I want to try one of their new gas motors. I haven't, they're really expensive. That's the only thing. I like my DLE stuff. DA makes good gas engines too. I've never had a DA, but I've always really liked DLE. I've just stuck with it kind of. If it works, why go different? But, yeah, I would not mind trying an OS gas engine. They're just so darn expensive, but they look super high quality. They look really nice. I've just never had a chance at trying one. OS makes good stuff in general. I mean, even their like nitro car motors and stuff are top of the line. They make some good stuff. Can't go wrong with OS. Pretty much anything Horizon carries, though, you can't go wrong with. They carry all quality stuff. You're not really going to find junk on there. And Sato. Sato makes great stuff. I really love their 4-strokes. Can't go wrong with a Sato 4-stroke. And the sound is pretty cool. That's what I should do. I should build like a little 46 Nitro plane on the show at some point. Grab me an ARF from like Tower Hobbies or somewhere and build something cool. Just don't know what. The Takano or whatever the heck you call them. I wouldn't mind doing a little nitro deal of those. That'd be pretty sick. The one you can get from Tower looks sweet, but it's not real scale. You can tell they like stretch the wing on it and whatnot. But I wouldn't mind doing one of those, a little nitro deal. Well, boys and girls, it's 1:10 in the morning here in good old Windiana. And I think it's about time to wrap it up. Yeah, 46. What I grew up on. Yeah, Tim, so that's what I pretty much grew up on too, honestly. The 40s and the 46s, man, you can't go wrong. Cannot go wrong. I always had good luck with Thunder Tigers too. I always liked Thunder Tigers. Thunder Tigers and OS. Those were my go-tos back in the day. Lots of raking yards and other things to get that stuff. I think that's why I like the big stuff so much now, is I can actually afford some of it. So now go big or go home. It's fun to get this stuff when you're an adult that you always wanted as a kid, I found out. But it can be addicting. Airplanes in general are addicting. I can't keep my hands off of a lot of this stuff, especially if it's new. You just want it. You want to try it. You want to just see what it's like. I still can't believe all the guys that have had issues with this F-14 though, because mine's been legit. But yeah. Airhammer, good night, buddy. Hopefully you get out and do some flying, have some fun. But I think I'm about to sign off of here too. If any of my California friends are watching, make sure to hit me up. I might be coming out there here in the next, I don't know, couple weeks, a month or so. Depends. I got a couple things to get from out there. to bring back to Indiana that I left out there. But yeah, hit me up. Maybe we can go flying, seeking a flight or two while I'm out. Yeah, OS LA40 is the Screamer engine. Yes, it is. I still have one of those, actually. Just nothing to put it in. I think they made that one in a... correct me if I'm wrong, but I think a blue top. But yeah. Alright, folks. Well, it was a good night. Thank you for joining in. We did the EC-1500. Hopefully next week I can get the burners working on this F-14. We're going to try and mod them to get it to work, but we will see what happens. Looks like we're going to have to take the EDF out and make a trip to the hardware store to get the right bolts, and then we're going to take a drill bit and kind of just wobble out a little area to get that screw to fit in, and it's going to fit. I know it will. It's just going to take some adjusting, some mods. Thanks, Fred Bear, man. You have a good night too, buddy. But yeah, other than that, look forward to seeing you guys all next weekend. And then the weekend after that, I'll be in Bama. But we do plan going live. I'll be going live throughout the show, but that Saturday night we're going to go live and have some fun there at the field. So, yeah, I hope to look forward to see you guys all doing that. And I'll broadcast that a little bit, kind of put it out there so guys know so they can come in and join in on the fun. The night festivities there are a blast, and we do some fun stuff. Hopefully get some firework action on some airplanes, and yeah, just have fun. That's what it's all about. So, but other than that, we will see you guys next weekend. Probably going to drop a couple videos and whatnot this week of some aeroplanes, the EC-1500 and the Cougar. And try to get up the Cougar Monday and film it, so be watching out for that. We'll get the EC-1500 up as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you next weekend, and happy flying. See ya.